So we built the house in 2017. We built it ourselves. We were very ambitious in what we wanted to achieve. But over the last few years, energy prices have become very expensive to run the house, both from gas and electric point of view. But now having a EV car, that puts an increased demand on our house. And with the current pricing, it would be a significant increase on our monthly bill. We're quite lucky in that the angle of a house is west-east, and we did consider solar at the beginning, but we opted not to. But this is now the right time for us to be able to have solar installed because of the return on investment will be significant over the next 10 years. Over the process, I must have reached out to about 14 different solar companies. I found SolarTechs online. I sat with a cup of coffee one Sunday morning, thought I'd try and find out about solar, did a search, and it was the first company that I contacted. I had no idea about solar. I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't know what would be the right configuration. So every quote that I got, I made a spreadsheet and I put all the details in. Immediately, what I did is look at the Trustpilot reviews, but ultimately I learned that that isn't necessarily the thing to look for. I recorded all the information on the panels, the batteries, and the inverters. The key things on the panels is the wattage of the individual panels and how many panels are on the whole system, which gives you the maximum power. The projected production of energy from the panels is a projection. You won't know until you've got the system in place. I think the key thing to consider in this is the batteries. I underestimated how important the batteries could be in the use of your system because you can use the grid electricity to charge them overnight. And how the batteries are configured, whether they're a single battery or a chain of batteries to give you a maximum output, can really impact how you can draw down that power and to power your house. And what you want is a battery system and an inverter that work together nicely to deliver you enough power to power your house in the day, but also to last long enough to get you back to the evening or to when solar starts to top them up again. So we have a 7.2 kilowatt roof system, and that works with a 3.6 hybrid inverter. And we then have a 10 kilowatt battery, which will work with both the solar panels and the grid. The idea of having this system is that we're aiming in the summer months to be completely off grid with our energy. Already in December and January, which are the worst 2 months of the year, we're able to use our system intelligently to tap into both the solar when it is being produced, but also the batteries that can be charged on a cheap tariff at nighttime. And then that can actually sufficiently run the house during the day on what we have. When considering and designing the system, one of the things that I really didn't pick up on was the real benefits of having decent batteries in your house. This really helps because if you've got an electric car and you have cheaper off-peak tariffs, you can use that to force charge your batteries from the grid. And this is really important in the winter because a solar doesn't produce the energy that you necessarily need, but you can tap into cheap energy that can power your house during the day. And when you're thinking about the cost savings from the solar, the batteries actually add quite a significant cost saving over the winter months. From the tariff that we're on from our provider, our off-peak tariff is 75% cheaper than the daytime. This cheaper tariff allows us to charge the batteries and run the house essentially off-peak all day. And this is something that really wasn't factored in when we were costing up, and we're already saving overall on our bills more than 50% of our current energy that we were spending this time last year. Having the solar installed has definitely caused some serious behavioural changes within our house and how we use our energy. Before, we didn't care what we put on and when. Now, because we're able to see the live energy and look in the app and see what we're using, it definitely allows you to plan what you're doing in the day. So you wouldn't cook, you wouldn't put your dishwasher on and your washer. You can still do them in the day, but you would just have to think about at what time it's best to put them on. So in the winter months, we time most of our heavy duty users at nighttime when we get cheaper electricity. That allows us to run the day off the battery and then use the additional solar if it's generated or when it is generated to top up what we have. But because the battery is only finite, we have to think about what we put on. So if we're cooking and we put all 4 rings on or 3 rings on in the oven, that will pull you off the battery and onto the grid. So if you time what you cook or if you don't put your washer on, you can actually cook your meals using the battery. And I didn't think we could do that. So at the minute, we're able to charge our battery at night time, and we're able to use a battery right up until our cheap tariff comes in at night time. And what we then do is use the solar to top up the battery in the day as it's being depleted. Or if you're producing more solar than the battery needs, you can actually think, okay, I'm going to go and put a wash on quickly. And it really has helped us plan and save. It's something that you're just not aware of prior to having this kind of system. So having solar installed in winter, I didn't expect to have any benefits so early. Tracking the use and tracking the benefits of the car, I'm already seeing cost savings. I think already we're seeing sufficient savings to recommend the use of solar. And it's something I wish I'd done several years ago. I've recommended to my friends and family, when I show them the data that I have, that solar is a good option to have. I think for me, Tex is the right choice purely because of the quality of the equipment and also the expertise and the support that they provide as a company in order to be able to get to where you want to be before you have the system put in, and then support you after you've had the system to get the best out of it.
If you found this video helpful, make sure to show your support by giving it a thumbs up and hitting that like button right below. Your likes help us reach more people and spread the word about sustainable energy solutions. Don't forget to share this video with your friends, family and anyone else who might be interested in amazing possibilities of solar technology. For more exciting content on solar PV and the latest innovations in this field, make sure to subscribe to our channel.